Yo, what's up? What's going on? It's Lugo back with Fat to Fit day 35. Today I did some back and biceps. I started off with some RDLs, some hinging. Uh, and honestly, it was kind of mid, to be honest. Like, I think I started working out at 5:40 or 5:50 in the morning. It was pretty like light out already. And I ate like at 4:50, so it was like like maybe 50 minutes earlier. And see a little in the corner there. I was sipping on some rye Sunny D and a water, and I don't know, man. Like I just couldn't. I felt like I couldn't brace all that well, and I was just out of breath, or maybe my food was just coming up like on these reps. But I mean, I still got good sets in, good reps in. I just really don't know what was up. Like maybe it was just the fact that I was a little too full, that I couldn't really breathe properly. Like it was just allowing me not to brace, and then bleeding over into my to my breathing. But it looks fine. I'm looking at these sets, and they look fine. Like they don't look bad. I definitely could have pushed back a little bit more, and I think hinged better, but I'm not mad at it. I also got my Versa grips yesterday, which is honestly just so good, man. I was just straight gripping it um on RDLs. Well, actually I had my figure 8 straps, but they're too I feel like figure 8s just for regular deadlifts are just better. And if you just like they help a lot, and it didn't really matter, but they just took longer to set up, honestly. And for anything besides deadlifts, figure eights are kind of useless in my opinion. So getting Versa grips for my back stuff is really nice. I'm happy about them. And like I think I said yesterday when I got them as well, that I don't really care about my grip in back training, because I train my forearms anyway. And if I ever had a grip problem relative to the deadlift, I would just train top singles with the grip work and then a back down. But as far as most of my work goes for back, it's just going to be straps. Like who really thinks that it's going to bleed over that much into grip? Like it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I was using those pretty much for all my back work, and I felt way more connected than before, I guess. Did some shrugs here. These are my strict shrug days. I think it's like 140 for just straight sets of 10. I think on the first day I'm doing snatch grip power shrugs, so kind of just varying the shrug or getting shrug variations in. Started doing these straight arm pull downs last week. These still feel, man, these cable things like still feel bad, because like I'm not a tall person. I'm like 5'9.5", so I'm like pretty average height. But this rack is not very tall, So I hit, and I have long arms, so like I hit the top of it very easily. So it's kind of hard to get a stretch sometimes, and you have to like dip your hips really low. And then for like the pull downs, I had to like sit on the ground, and I'm still at the top of the thing, especially because the cable's kind of pulling out a little bit. It's just rough to get like a good stretch. But I was just banging those out. Had some pull downs here. Was trying, instead of like engaging, like pulling back, I was starting pulled back and see how it felt, and it felt better. It felt significantly better as the sets went on. Like I think the third, my or no, I did two sets. So the second set here was like, I don't know what I did, but it felt so good on my back. Like I think maybe I was just leaning back at the perfect angle or something. I was getting a good stretch, but they both felt pretty good. This was like 200 on the on the cable pulley, and I think I did two sets of 10. which I mean I think it's like a good range. But honestly, I feel like maybe I could have gotten more on the first set because the second set I got 10 still, and I honestly felt like I could have gotten more, and maybe it was like just resting more that ended up being what made me get more. But I just felt like I don't know, I don't even know what it was. I just felt so good on this, like it was crazy. Which it's honestly been pretty hard to get a good lat stretch here because of the system that I'm working with. That's one of the things that I'm excited to go back to my gym for because we have really tall like lat pull down towers. So I'm never not going to get a good stretch on lats. And then we have like a bunch of back machines that are just so good, man. Like a bunch of Arsenal strength machines, hammer strength pullover machine, single arm pull downs for hammer strength, and just a bunch of like cables and stuff. And I think that's one of the things that I'm really missing right now is a lot of the back pieces are just you know like I mean you can get a big back doing the basics, and for sure I'm like feeling it pretty hard, and honestly still doing what I got with, but it just feels so nice just having machines for certain body parts, man. And I think back is one of those, chest as well. We don't really have a lot of I wouldn't say we have good chest machines at my gym just because I'm not a fan of hammer strength chest stuff, and I think it's just like an '09 Honda. Like it's good, but it is what it is. Like if we had like prime stuff, I don't think I would be benching, bro. Like honestly, if we had like a prime flat press, prime incline, prime shoulder press, I don't think I would be touching bench at all. But for me, it's like I feel that the hammer strength machines are not that much better than just doing just a flat bench. So I just bench, and honestly, I think it's fun. Like I just really like benching. Maybe just an ego thing for me, but it's just fun. I've always enjoyed doing the big three, so I stick to them, even if they're not that conducive to hypertrophy. I still train them in a hypertrophic style, so it is what it is. These felt really good. The cable rows, and it's done. I had a nice, good stretch at the bottom. Um, but for these, I switched out some bicep stuff here. I don't remember what I did last week on this day. I think I might have done regular dumbbell curls or something. Oh shit! I took out a variation that I actually that I actually liked, which is the dumbbell curl against the wall, against the little thing back there, and then I switched it out for a preacher one, which honestly it ends up being pretty similar. Like the resistance curve is different. The only thing is I couldn't really, I just didn't know what weight to use here. I tried to use 20 and it was too heavy, and like I'm not trying to overdo it with the stretch at the bottom quite yet. Like I really want to get accustomed, so I did 15, and pretty high reps here. I think like the first set was like 14 or something, 13. I did 3 sets. And honestly, watching a bunch of like arm training, if you're not training that heavy, is or you don't really have that big of biceps, not really interesting. So I didn't I didn't record that many sets. I recorded my last sets for biceps because I was like, man, my arms aren't even that big, and I'm not using that much weight. So I'm just gonna show you guys my arm training. But I think what I'm doing right now is definitely gonna help grow my arms a lot. I've never really trained this like arms this hard, this consistently. So I'm really hoping that I get some pipes, like some big old Popeye like forearms and just massive arms with arm training that I'm doing. I've never been really more in tune with that than now. So trying a bunch of different stuff, see what works out, and hoping for the best because I'm basically experimenting with arm stuff on myself. And then I did these easy curls. This was my last set. I think it was like 50 pounds here. Really bringing them up, trying to get a little bit of a controlled descent on the bottom. And I felt it like right where it needed to be, right in my biceps, maybe a little bit in the front delt there. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of just regular barbell curls, which is one of the things I'm excited. I probably won't do a bunch of barbell stuff besides honestly, I might not even do like easy curl preacher. I'm just not a fan. Like I don't really feel that much better, and I honestly would rather do like some cable stuff if I'm being honest, because I think it's just better for me. It's because I have such a big frame and other stuff takes over pretty fast. Finished off with some forearms here. Again, my forearm training not very not very entertaining. This is like 15 pounds for like 13 reps. Really letting it roll down and then bringing it all the way up. It's just some standard forearm training. I could have done this with the bar, but or with the easy curl, but with stuff like this, I kind of just like to focus on dumbbell stuff one arm at a time, because I think with doing forearm training before and I've done with the easy curl, it just doesn't feel that good. But this is nice. This is like a really good forearm pump, and I could progress it pretty nicely. So you know, again, not very entertaining. It's just is routine work at this point with the forearms, but it'll definitely pay off. I'm for sure seeing some good forearm development already, like even before a lot of my other muscles return. So I'm happy about it. I like big forearms in t-shirts, so pretty happy about it. Good training session today. Didn't get too hot that early, but I'll see you tomorrow for day 36. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later.